What up, guys? It's Sean. I don't know that this is gonna be so much of a rant, just like so much, I guess, what I think just about like what's going on in the election. I don't know. I guess myself, I'm pretty happy to see that it's at the point now where Ted Cruz uh, can't get the number of nominees to win the nomination through the first ballot, at least. Um, I He's the last one. I want to become president. As most of you know who watch my channel, I'm atheist, so Ted Cruz is the last person I want to be president. But I guess the kind of bit of the rant that I could make is that I don't get these Democrats right now. These people that they're left leaning or they're liberal or they say they vote democratically. I just don't get this whole these people that actually support Hilary. It just massively confuses me. It's like wake up and smell the coffee. Like she's just a fucking female version of Bush. It's just like fucking Obama's the black version of Bush. I just don't get these people that it's like they're like, oh well, it looks like Hillary, would be a decent choice because Bernie's not gonna get the nominee, and I don't get these people. Like, she's up for indictment by the FBI none the fucking less. And there's people that still want to support her. I mean, she's a shill. She works for the banks. She works for these Goldman Sachs like fucking companies, these corporate entities, and yet these, left leaning liberal whatever people they want her to be president, and I'm just not for it. Like, I mean, I guess I'd rather see her than Cruz, but that's just because Cruz is a fucking just religitard fucking nutbag, I mean, me picking her over him, that's not any like a word to fucking her. That's just like if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick her just because I wouldn't want his fucking ass up running the country. But I just don't get these people that they're all like, well, be a good fucking, left leaning, person if you're left leaning and vote for Hillary now that Bernie's, not gonna make it in. And it's just like, fuck that. Like, I mean, I guess part of where this could be a rant video is I don't get why people take either fucking side. Like, no offense, I've said it before. Fuck the Democrats and the Republicans. Neither one of them have fucking done us a lick of good the fucking last 12 fucking years. It's like the two-party system's failed, and of course, the government, they know that, but they don't give a fuck. And it's like that's another thing I don't get is like people that fucking that like the government. I don't fucking get it. Like, you know, it's always just left me in shock. And it's like these people, even if you're not a criminal or something, they still fucking bend you over somehow. I mean, whether it's taxes or you know, or just like how they run the country. It's like there's people that actually think the government gives a shit about them. It's like, no, the fucking government doesn't. It's out for its own fucking money. I mean, look at all these fucking I mean, the government and the big corporations. Wake up, people. It's all the fucking same thing. The 1% in the government and fucking religion, it's all fucking tied together. Like, why do you think all this shit stays so in power? Like, I could even say that. Like, you want to look at the Christian religion here, people. You want to know why it stays in fucking power? Because the fucking U.S. government, I'm saying this at least for the U.S., it stays in power because the fucking U.S. government allows it. You don't think if fucking you don't think if they wanted to, they couldn't just be, the government couldn't just be like, oh well fuck you, we're gonna tax your churches, take all your fucking money, let's see how you do it then. I mean, because no offense, some of these churches would still fucking operate even if they were still taxed. So, and people would still be religious regardless. So that really doesn't matter. But obviously, it's like, I mean, I've said it before, like, the government's fucking, they're in cahoots with fucking Christianity, at least in the United States. Um, if you want proof, there's the fucking proof. I mean, why, otherwise, I mean, because if you really look at it, like, I mean, if you really look at it, what's the two biggest things on the rise right now? Atheism and Islam. I mean, ill religion is climbing. People who are, you know, they're waking up, as I say, and seeing the real light. The real truth, as I call it. Um, but it's like, yeah, it's like how else do you think fucking they stayed in power for so long? Yeah, the government helped them stay in power. Because if they were just left to their own devices, obviously, from what I've seen in debates or otherwise, their people are really not they wouldn't have been that smart to keep it going themselves. So obviously, they had help along the way. Because as I've seen in debates, I mean, like, what's their answer? Oh, faith and belief. Well, faith is just belief without evidence. That's literally what it means. So it's like, you have no evidence for your God. You never will. The book doesn't count. Sorry to, fucking, you know, piss all over your fucking Wheaties, but that the book doesn't count. Not to mention the fucking book is filled with fucking just as much immorality as it is fucking decent morality. Not to mention fucking the followers more than half the time don't even follow the motherfucker yet know what's in it. So, I mean, it's obvious, like, they had help, otherwise the system would have fucking crumbled because the people that actually got a fucking brain in their head would have fucking stomped it out. And I don't mean literally, it's just a metaphor. Uh, which is kind of interesting, I guess, the way that I look at it, because it's like, now that stuff's, becoming, more atheistic and, or secular, like, I like to see the panic all these, believers are in, it's like, shit's starting to fucking churn around, and I think it's funny, because it's like, atheists, they've had to fucking live in, a theist or Christian world, at least in the U.S., for fucking how long, and I love how when you flip it a fucking round, that all of a sudden, they're not handling it as well. I just think that's funny. Um, but yeah, but back to the political stuff. I honestly fuck both parties. Like, why don't people wake up and see that the two-party system don't fucking work? Like, I don't know that an independent and green or whatever party would work. I don't know that, but we wouldn't know till we try. But it's just morose for people to sit and, like, actually believe that these Republicans and Democrats give a fuck, because neither party gives a fuck. They're all in it for fucking money. They're all corrupt. Like, they don't give a fuck, like, what helps you. They give a fuck what helps them at the end of the day. So, I mean, honestly, I don't get why people support either fucking party. Because neither party gives a fuck. But yeah, I just don't get these people that they're like, oh well, Bernie's looking like he's out the door, so let's vote for Hillary. Here's my endorsement. Don't fucking vote. Here's my non-endorsement for fucking Hillary. Don't vote for fucking Hillary. She's a shill. She's a fucking warmonger. She supports fucking Republican fucking bills. She has Republican ideals. She's a war hawk. Well, why the fuck you want to fucking vote for Hillary Clinton? I have no fucking idea. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. I would care less if a woman became president. I just don't think Hillary should be that president. You know, I don't know. I guess this turned into a little bit of a rant. Sean out. Peace.